When Enzo Amore and Big Cass joined the WWE's main roster back in 2016, there's no doubt that most fans were fully expecting the highly popular tag team to become a mainstay in the tag team division, with the duo seemingly going to be having many reigns as tag team champions. But fast forward to 2020, and neither superstar are still with WWE, and when they were with the company a couple of years back, they never won any tag team titles. Enzo Amore was the first of the two stars to be released from WWE, and Big Cass followed not long after. It cannot be denied that many feel Enzo Amore and Big Cass could add a lot to the WWE's rather shallow tag team divisions on either Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, and if a new leaked backstage rumor proves to be true, fans will be getting to see Big Cass and Enzo Amore in WWE again very soon, with Vince McMahon reportedly feeling the same way as most fans that the WWE's tag team divisions are very weak right now, and need some excitement and star power. Enzo and Cass are once again teaming up together on the indies right now, and apparently Vince McMahon is currently in the process of trying to negotiate a return deal for Enzo and Cass beginning in early 2021, and if Cass and Enzo agree to the terms on their big rumored return to WWE, Enzo Amore and Big Cass would be featured on Monday Night Raw. Let us know if you would be excited to see Enzo and Cass back in WWE, and which brand do you feel these two stars would better fit on following their returns. One of the biggest moments for WWE fans this year certainly took place at the 2020 Royal Rumble event, when the rated R superstar Edge completely shocked fans when he made his emphatic return to the company to participate in the men's Royal Rumble match. And while Edge did not go on to win the Royal Rumble this year, there's no doubt that Edge went on to do some great things in WWE heading into WrestleMania 36, where Edge was involved in a very heated and downright fantastic rivalry with Randy Orton. It seemed as though Edge was going to continue moving up the card once his feud with Randy Orton finished up, but unfortunately, Edge was sidelined with a pretty serious torn triceps injury at the Backlash 2020 pay-per-view event, and the rated R superstar has been sidelined ever since. While there have been rumors going around that there has been a lot of uncertainty regarding Edge in WWE moving forward, considering Edge was reportedly being labeled by Vince McMahon as being injury-prone, according to one of our sources, Edge is still very much in the plans for 2021 in WWE, and in a very big and meaningful way. A new backstage rumor has revealed that as of right now, Edge will be clear to make his return at the 2021 Royal Rumble event, and the rumor states that Edge is currently the favorite to pull off the Royal Rumble win next year, with WWE then apparently planning for Edge to set his sights on Randy Orton's WWE Championship for WrestleMania 37. Although the plans could always change, currently the big surprise Vince is planning to give fans next year in 2021 is Edge winning the WWE Championship from Randy Orton at WrestleMania 37, and then on the following night's edition of Monday Night Raw, unveiling a brand new custom Edge WWE title. The Rock is certainly a very busy man in Hollywood, but it appears as though The Rock will be making some time in his schedule next year in 2021 for a huge surprise return to WWE. As most of you are likely aware, rumors have already begun to go around regarding WWE's plan for the marquee match at next year's WrestleMania 37 event involving Roman Reigns facing off against his cousin The Rock. And while this has been a match Vince has considered for a few years, according to one of our sources, the WWE are in fact planning The Rock vs Roman Reigns Universal Championship match for WrestleMania 37 next year, and it is reportedly very close to being a sure thing at this point. Heel Roman Reigns has certainly been making his mark over on Friday Night SmackDown throughout the past couple of months as the reigning and defending Universal Champion, and while Roman has seemed unstoppable up to this point, apparently The Rock may in fact be the superstar to put an end to Reigns' dominance on the blue brand, despite the fact that most fans would expect Roman Reigns to defeat The Rock at WrestleMania 37 if this match were to take place. Apparently, The Rock and Vince McMahon have secretly come to terms on a special contract in WWE that would see The Rock wrestle for at least 2 pay-per-view events next year in 2021, with WrestleMania 37 being the first pay-per-view event, and SummerSlam 2021 likely being the second and final event that The Rock performs at. As of right now, one of our sources has mentioned that McMahon is planning for The Rock to win the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 37, and hold onto the title until SummerSlam, where Roman Reigns would get his revenge on The Rock and reclaim the Universal title, with The Rock officially retiring from WWE after losing the belt at SummerSlam. While The Fiend Bray Wyatt continues to set in motion his upcoming rivalry against Randy Orton for the WWE Championship on Raw in late 2020, if new backstage rumors prove to be true, The Fiend Bray Wyatt will be having a much bigger and more monumental feud in WWE when 2021 rolls around, because a new rumor states that Vince McMahon is now planning for The Undertaker's final match in WWE to take place at WrestleMania 37 against The Fiend Bray Wyatt in one of the marquee non-title matches on the WrestleMania card next year. As most of you are likely aware, The Undertaker will be returning to WWE later this month at the Survivor Series 2020 pay-per-view event, and we have been told that The Fiend may confront The Undertaker, thus beginning the groundwork for his feud against Taker starting in mid-2021. With Sting reportedly not going to be returning to WWE like it had previously been rumored, Vince felt as though a dream match he could still pull off to make WrestleMania 37 extra special for fans would be for The Fiend Bray Wyatt to face off against The Undertaker in Taker's official retirement match. And not surprisingly, The Fiend vs Undertaker would apparently be a cinematic match much like The Undertaker vs AJ Styles, with a whole boneyard match concept, which helps Taker be able to put on a much better performance than a live match. Considering this decision of surprising WWE fans next year with an Undertaker vs Fiend match was just decided recently by Vince and upper management, The Fiend may not be winning the WWE title from Randy Orton like it was previously rumored, and WWE may choose to keep The Fiend away from the title until after WrestleMania 37. One of our sources has mentioned that The Undertaker is willing to put The Fiend over if they do face off against each other at Mania next year, and it's now up to Vince McMahon if Taker will win his retirement match or have The Undertaker put over the next generation star in The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Whether you love or hate them, it cannot be argued that The Shield is one of the most popular and influential WWE factions of all time, and it's no surprise that whenever Vince had the chance, he always tried to reform The Shield and have Shield reunions in WWE, ever since the group officially disbanded in 2014. There are now only 2 members of The Shield still working for WWE, those 2 members being the current Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, with Dean Ambrose, now known as Jon Moxley, working for WWE's competition, AEW All Elite Wrestling. However, as we have reported in many previous videos, Vince is currently in the process of trying to get Dean Ambrose to leave AEW and make a huge return to WWE sometime next year in 2021, and apparently Ambrose is more than open to the idea of returning to WWE if the right offer and scenario presented itself. A backstage rumor has revealed that Vince feels a very easy way to increase SmackDown's viewership tremendously next year is to have the Shield reunite on the blue brand, and with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns currently on the same brand, the Shield reunion certainly would make sense. If Vince is somehow able to convince Dean Ambrose to utilize his opt-out clause in his AEW contract and make a huge surprise return to WWE in 2021 on SmackDown. McMahon thinks that having the Shield reformed, with all 3 superstars being heels once again like they were when they made their debuts on the main roster, will be a storyline that will get the fans who stopped watching WWE over the past couple of years to tune in and become active viewers of the product once again.